My life felt perfect, you know? I had a great job, a beautiful home, and a wife, Sarah, who I thought was the love of my life. We'd been married for 7 years, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. We had our routines, our inside jokes, our shared dreams. I genuinely believed we were one of those lucky couples who had it all figured out. Looking back, maybe I was just naive. Maybe I was so caught up in the picture I had painted that I missed all the signs. The cracks started small, almost unnoticeable. Sarah began working late more often. She said it was a big project at work, a demanding new client. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She was ambitious, and I was proud of her. Then she started going out for girls' nights more frequently, mostly with her best friend Chloe. Again, I didn't think much of it. Everyone needs time with their friends, right? I encouraged it, wanting her to be happy and have a life outside of our marriage. But then she became distant, almost like a roommate instead of a wife. The way she looked at me changed. The warmth was gone, replaced by a polite, almost indifferent gaze. Our conversations became superficial, just logistics about bills and groceries. The intimacy we once shared faded into a memory. I tried to talk to her about it, asking if something was wrong, if I had done something. She'd always brush it off, saying she was just tired or stressed from work. I felt like I was walking on eggshells, constantly trying to bridge a gap that kept getting wider. I started to feel this gnawing loneliness, even when she was sitting right next to me on the couch. I was married, but I had never felt more alone. I told myself it was just a rough patch, that all long-term relationships go through this. We just needed to weather the storm. I had no idea the storm was a full-blown hurricane, and it was about to make landfall. One Tuesday evening, everything shattered. I was at home making dinner, expecting Sarah to be back from one of her late work nights. My phone buzzed on the counter. I glanced at it, expecting a text from Sarah saying she was running even later. But the name on the screen wasn't hers. It was Chloe, her best friend. My heart did a weird little flip. Chloe never texted me directly unless it was a group chat or something about Sarah's birthday. I picked up the phone, a strange sense of dread washing over me. The message was short, but it hit me like a physical blow. It just said, "I can't do this anymore. You deserve to know the truth. Sarah isn't working late." My hands started to shake. I typed back, "What are you talking about, Chloe?" My mind was racing, trying to make sense of it, trying to find any other explanation. A few seconds later, another message came through. It was a screenshot. A screenshot of a conversation between Sarah and someone else. The messages were explicit. They were planning to meet up that night. They talked about their last time together. Talked about me, about how she was going to eventually leave me, the person she was texting. It wasn't some stranger. It was my own best friend, Mark. The air left my lungs. The kitchen started spinning. Mark, my best friend since college. The man who was the best man at my wedding. The man I trusted with everything. Sarah, my Sarah. The woman I had promised to love and cherish forever. The two most important people in my life, besides my family, were betraying me in the most horrific way imaginable. I read the messages over and over, hoping I was misunderstanding, hoping it was some sick joke. But the words were clear. The pet names they used for each other, the plans they were making for their future together, was all there in black and white. Chloe sent another text. "I'm so sorry. I couldn't watch her lie to you anymore. She's with him right now at the Royal Hotel." I dropped the phone. The sound of it clattering on the tile floor barely registered. A cold, hard rage I had never felt before boiled up inside me, mixing with an unbearable wave of nausea and heartbreak. In that single moment, the perfect life I thought I had, the future I had planned, it all dissolved into nothing. My marriage was a lie. My friendship was a lie. My entire world had been built on a foundation of deceit, and Chloe's message was the earthquake that brought it all crashing down, forever. I wish I could tell you I confronted them in a dramatic movie scene, but I didn't. I couldn't. I just sat on the kitchen floor for what felt like hours, surrounded by the ruins of my life. When Sarah came home later that night, humming a happy tune, she found me there. She saw the look on my face, saw my phone on the floor, and her smile vanished. She knew. She didn't even have to ask. The silence in that room was the loudest thing I have ever heard. There were no excuses, no apologies that could fix this. It was over. That message from Chloe, as devastating as it was, also set me free. It was the painful truth I needed to hear to finally stop living a lie. The road ahead was long and difficult, filled with lawyers and heartbreak and rebuilding a life from scratch. But for the first time in a long time, I could see clearly. It was a brutal, heartbreaking end, but it was also a new beginning. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, know that you're not alone and that it does get better, even when it feels impossible. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.